folks! In this video we're going to work on an Egyptian Khopesh. The Khopesh is a sickle sword from ancient Egypt. The first examples were introduced to Egypt by the Canaanites, and the Egyptians took the design and they ran with it. This one is an unfinished raw casting we bought from Sword Casting Guy. I'll put a link in the description, it has some awesome stuff, check it out. And we have to make it look pretty, so let's get to work. Hey, it's me from the future. I just wanted to leave a note here that this video was uploaded previously to my other channel, SculptyWorks, where I build things and other stuff. But I wanted all the Egyptian stuff on the Egyptian channel, so I'm uploading it here again. I did some minor polishing in it, and so without any further ado, I hope you enjoy it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to clean it up some and define the shape and some tapers and see where it goes from there. I don't want to remove too much material, so I'll start out gently first. It's clean enough now that I can move on with hand files and refine the shape. I'm gonna need some SpongeBob time cards for this.
Many minutes later.
People have this idea that bronze is a soft metal. Yes, compared to carbon steel, it is a very soft metal, but that doesn't mean that it's not hard in a league of its own. And this is quite the workout. But we're getting there.
Much later.
Now that you have all the filing done, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know what's coming. Hand sanding! Now that it's nicely sanded, I'm going to work hard on the edge. That should do it as far as work hardening the edge. Now, we could file the hammer marks flat, but I think I'm going to leave it as decoration. It looks good, it makes the edge distinct. And speak of decorations, the Khopesh was hardly ever plain, so we need to do something with all this beautiful blank space here. And I'm drawing inspiration from a blade called the Dagger of Ahmose. It was a present that Pharaoh Ahmose gave to his mother. It's a beautifully decorated dagger with a dark center line and some hieroglyphs. I think that would look good with this thing, so let's give that a try. The plan now is to grind a couple of lines. I think they're too small to be called fullers, they're more like decorative fullers maybe. And then some hieroglyphs. Now for some hieroglyphs. On this side we have Anaktu and Tau Nebu. It's a great victories in all lands. And on this side, Marian Sekhmet. It's a beloved of Sekhmet. She was the lion-headed warrior goddess that almost destroyed all of mankind once, so it's good to be on her good side. On the tang, just my signature like on a Japanese sword. Let's get engraving. For the effect I went with the center black line, but without blacking out the hieroglyphs we just carved. I'm going to mask it and then give it a coat of lacquer to protect the inside of the hieroglyphs. So when I do a patina on top of it, it doesn't simply paint them all black and obscures them.
The next day.
Now for the patina. This is an acid that will make the bronze, the exposed bronze, tarnish pretty much instantly. It's time to work on the handle.
Two 2,000 years later.
This here a trick I learned from watching Alex Steele to drill through the scales on a knife handle. You put masking tape on the tang, and then you put masking tape on the handle. Then you put super glue on the masking tape, and now we are going to super glue masking tape to masking tape, and that should make it much easier to remove it later after we've drilled it. Now we glue in the other side just the same way. The masking tape held both parts together for drilling, and now all we have to do is break the bond of the tape. And we have clean parts to work with no mess of super glue or any other sticky stuff. For a good epoxy bond, all parts need to be thoroughly degreased. Right, time to mix some epoxy. Just in time. There's gotta be a better way of doing this. It's done at last, our Khopesh. I'm rather pleased with the way it came out. I love how this black line creates some contrast, and the handle was pretty tough to make. That ebony was really hard to work with, but it came out good. It has a good feel. Now there is just one thing left to do. I'm not an expert fighting the Khopesh, but I feel like if you go like this, it's an axe, but if you switch to this part, you could maneuver it and actually do some precision strikes, like a knife. Now I've joined the ranks of the watermelon cutters on YouTube, so thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Good watermelon.